So to help us understand all those small details that Mark includes in our passage today, we really need to go back to last Sunday's gospel. We need to look at the context on which today's passage fits in. He says, when they left there, where's there? Well, last Sunday we were told Jesus and the disciples were in the region of Caesarea Philippi. And it was there when Jesus asked them, who do you say that I am? And as you know, Peter said, you are the Christ. Then Jesus, for the first time, told them that he has to go to Jerusalem, be handed over, sentenced to death, die, and rise on the third day. And then Mark tells us that Peter took him aside and rebuked Jesus, saying, no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't go to Jerusalem. And then Jesus in public told Peter, get behind me, Satan. The disciples had a hard time accepting what Jesus told them. It's not like we heard in today's gospel they didn't understand. Well, it's not difficult to understand. I'm going to go to Jerusalem, I'll be turned over, I'll die, and in 3 days I will rise up. I mean, they already witnessed the confrontation between Jesus and the religious authorities. Yes, rising from the dead was something new, but they also have seen Jesus raise the dead and bring them back to life. So it wasn't that far-fetched. It's not really they did not understand. They did not want to understand and accept what this Jesus was saying and what he was telling them. Twice in the gospel today, we heard the phrase, on the way. On the way is kind of a symbol for all Christians following Jesus. It's the way of Christ. Remember, he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus was not relating to them events that will happen to him, but he was telling them whatever has happened to him will happen to them, and they have to accept it. And that's why this time, when he tells them the second time, why he took him, just him and his disciples, he knew he had to talk more to them about this. They were silent. I mean, put yourself in their place after he told Peter, get behind me, Satan. Would you want to say anything to Jesus? They were silent, but they were not like silent, kind of like no comment silent. But Mark tells us what they were talking about was, who's the greatest? Today we're talking about cafeteria Catholics. It's nothing new. They were kind of picking and choosing what they liked about Jesus and saying, we're not going to do this business about going to Jerusalem and dying. We want to be great. Because when Peter gave the answer to Jesus, you are the Christ, that's the correct answer. But Peter had a different understanding of who the Christ is than what Jesus had in mind. And Peter and all the Jewish people, to them, the Christ was the new king that was going to come and be greater even than King David. He'll make Israel a superpower. He'll dominate all their enemies. He'll bring them under their control. He'll make Israel a rich nation, a powerful nation, a great nation. That's their understanding of the Christ. And that's what they were expecting Jesus to do, to overthrow the Romans, to conquer the Roman Empire, and to make Israel the new empire. So the whole idea to go to Jerusalem and die, it doesn't fit in their understanding of who the Christ is. And it wasn't an appealing message. Yes, I'm going to rise in 3 days, but there is the suffering and the death that comes before the rising. And what's the guarantee? That's what they were resisting. The concept of the Messiah, the Christ. In Jesus' mind, in God's kingdom, the Christ is not the one who's going to come with power to rule over all the earthly nations. Is the one who's going to come and be servant to everyone. The one who doesn't seek to be the greatest and the first, but to be the last and servant of all. I mean, that's mind-boggling change what Jesus was asking them to accept, to turn from. And that's why they were silent. They kept doing their own thing, living their own life, talking about greatness. And that's important for us because it tells us that we can be following Jesus on the way, but yet we are not disciples of Jesus. We can still be living the way of the world and seeking the things of the world. And that's why in the second reading it tells us, you pray for the wrong things. That's why your prayers are not answered. We pray for greatness, for power, we pray for health, we pray for good jobs and nice homes. That's not what Jesus is all about. What about praying for peace and forgiveness? Praying for being a good servant to my family, to my co-workers, to my community. What about praying for, compassion? That's the things that we need to pray for, because that's where the greatness of God and our greatness as His disciples will shine. That's why many times our prayers don't get answered. We pray for health, and Jesus says, even if you die, I'll bring you back to life. How much we pray for perseverance, that we were willing to accept the cross of Jesus, the cross of sacrifice, the cross of commitment, the cross of putting others ahead of ourselves, putting God first in our lives. The cross of Christ is not about getting cancer or being miserable in this life or, being unemployed or poor or homeless. That's not from God, that's from the evil in the world, as we heard in that first reading. The wicked cannot stand the just, the righteous. It's not enough, we don't care about them. They can do whatever they want to. We can live our lives this way. We are more stronger and powerful. No, they want to silence the righteous people. That's what brings the crosses in our lives. When we don't pray and seek and ask for the values of the gospel, the values of the kingdom that Jesus died for, obedience to God's will. And isn't that the reason for the scandal the church is dealing with today? Isn't it because some leaders of the church, whether they're bishops or priests, show their own greatness, their own power, their own dominations of others, who are, whether children or some people in power, in positions of less power than they are? They let their passions determine their actions. They were not living the kingdom, although supposedly they were following Christ. They were the leaders of the church, Christ's representatives in this world. That's what caused the scandal. That's the problem of the church with all of us. We're not the disciples who say we're Christians, but we still live by the ways of the world. So Jesus, again, to drive the message into His disciples, gives them another example. He takes a child and says, whoever receives a child like this receives me. What does it mean to receive a child? Well, all of you parents know having a child is powerless. They have no money, they don't thinking of greatness and fame. They are totally dependent on their parents. You have to give everything to that child. From love, to money, to help them to grow, to food, to provide them with education, with clothes. The child is totally dependent on their parents, and the parents gives everything to their child. And Jesus is not only talking about children, age-wise, young people. He's talking to anyone who's in that position of powerlessness, who needs everything from the outside, who cannot take care of themselves. Whether a person who's sick, a person who's dying, a person who's poor, a person who's homeless, a person who's an illegal immigrant. These are the children of the world today. They need help from the outside, and as Christians, we're called to provide them with that love and what they need so they can grow up and be disciples of Jesus Christ. Receiving a child means giving of yourself to that child. Because a child doesn't own anything. They can't survive on their own. And first and foremost, they need love. Unconditional love. Unconditional acceptance. That's the kingdom that Jesus died for and preached. That's what he's inviting us to. That's what he's inviting his disciples to accept. But we know it's not easy. It's difficult. So what do? They didn't jump ship. They said, well, you know, Jesus, that's great. It's been fun walking with you, but you go to Jerusalem on your own. They continued to follow. Although they didn't understand, there was something about Jesus, about his relationship. They saw the love that he was offering them, although they didn't understand. And that's what led them to follow him. That's why they took him aside. They wanted just to be with them. It's about that personal relationship, that personal connection. Jesus was not promising them places of honor and greatness in this new kingdom. He was telling them, what I promise you is the cross. But then I will give you victory after you accept that cross. So they persevered. They continued to walk with him. They followed him to Jerusalem, and although they abandoned him at the moment he needed them, but then Jesus taught them what the true meaning of the cross. It's about forgiveness. Just like we do with our children, no matter what they do, you continue to love your children because they are your children. That's what receiving a child is all about. That's the kingdom that Jesus preached. And he invites us to expose its principles. Its founding principle. It's not about greatness and power. It's about service. It's not about receiving. It's about giving of yourself. It's not about who's worthy, but that all of us are worthy. Because all of us are God's children.